All right, so welcome back. This is the second video. Now, what we're doing here, honestly, is the biggest giveaway I've come across. We're giving one person an amazing opportunity to run all of the world majors, respectively the 2 additional ones, have your accommodation and travel covered, powered by Marathon Tours and Travel.
Pretty crazy. I mean, if you're a runner, that is pretty much like the dream,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
It's a shame that we can't nominate ourselves because I would have put myself down quick.
I mean, the last video was a grueling process. Like Aubrey was saying, we started with over 500 entries. We brought it down to the 10, and we want to take a moment to quickly highlight those 10 because we recognize that today we're going to be, unfortunately, reducing that list again down to 3 by the end, which is going to be really tough. But first, we want to shout out the 5 each that we chose. So Aubrey, do you want to quickly?
Absolutely. So these are the 10 that we came up with. And Liz came up with 5, I came up with 5. And those are the highlights you're going to see right now.
I'm Tiam, and this is my brother Rio, and we race as an inclusive duo.
We're all running, we're all the same.
I'm a runner with a stomach bag.
What would you do if you lost your calling? Would you give up or would you lace up?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
For my first marathon, I went from this to this.
I'm a marathoner and I'm a Down syndrome advocate.
I'm a mom. To really inspire other Black women in the sport and to even wade into the sport of marathoning.
I started my 6-star journey a few years ago, shortly after losing my dad to COVID.
My mission is simple, to make the start line feel possible.
Okay, so today, like I said, we've got the grueling task of picking just 3. By the end of this video, we're starting now with 10 and we have to bring it down to 3.
Yeah.
Technically, we've been told that we could come into this with 2 each. So we've reduced our 5 down to 2.
So you've got 2?
I've got my 2. Don't you have your 2?
No, I'm struggling.
Aubrey.
No. Can't we just put 3 across?
Unfortunately, the producers have told us strictly 2 each.
I have to say, like we've said, to the 500 that took time, to the 10 that we highlighted to you guys, and to these final 3, your stories are truly amazing, and I would be privileged and honored to be part of your stories in one way or another. But here are the 2 that I would like to put forward before we go to your 2. So my 2 are Tia and Rio and Esty.
Great choices. My 2 are Leo, who had an incredible story about his brother, and my second choice is Pat. I thought that his story was also really cool, and I loved the way that he delivered the message. So now that we've said our 4, we're going to need to bring it down to 3.
I don't know. So what? We've got 4. We now need to save 3. Now, Liz, we went into detail in the first video for some of these, but we did them together with the 10. I think just to refresh people's minds, as well as you and me reviewing, try to judge this freshly. Let's try and play them each again. Back to you. You go first, and we can then have a fresh look at their submissions to help us make this decision.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So in my last video, I said my lifetime goal was to run the 7 world major marathons. And then literally this week, Abbott posted a competition. 1 person tickets to all the major marathons over the span of 1 to 2 years, accommodation paid for, flight budget included, once in a lifetime. And they only have 1 question for you to answer. Why should it be you? So this is officially my application, and let me tell you why I believe I'd be the perfect person for this role. To me, running and exercise is one of the most powerful tools that I've seen. I work in disability, and exercise is a way that I can change someone's life. Every single day, I get to hear inspiring and amazing stories from truly incredible people who have to overcome obstacles that we can't even understand. And I believe that every single person has a story worth sharing. Doing these marathons, it's not just about myself. It's not just about me running the events. I want to share the stories and get to know the people doing these events to showcase what truly makes a marathon so special. The people, the culture, the community. Immerse myself into the world of running, and I have all the gear necessary to tell some pretty epic stories. Instagram, TikTok, and now even YouTube. I'd be able to showcase this spirit to the full extent and what makes these events truly special.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Cross platforms. So when you look at the storytelling, I like the fact that he's capable. He knows what he's doing across the platforms. But as you say, I think the impact he has on other people, that's really something profound that I can definitely get behind.
Yeah. All right. Over to you.
All right.
Is it possible that running can change your life? I thought it already had, but then I received this email. Abbott World Marathon Majors are offering the greatest prize in the history of running. A place in every major. So in order to win, you have to answer one question. Why should you go on the world tour? So to answer that, let me tell you a bit of my story. This was me at 30. 10 years of insufferable gut pain, toilet runs, bleeding, fighting inflammatory bowel disease, countless hospital stays, one major surgery. And yeah, this bag, it saved my life. And I'm the fittest I've ever been. I'm a runner with a stomach bag. What would you do if you lost your colon? Would you give up or would you lace up? I went from barely walking to running marathons, one step at a time. A slow walk turned into a jog, turned into 42Ks. Now I'm chasing sub 3-hour marathons. Some will say you lose your vitality in your 30s. I'm here to run and move for those who can't. Because I too am in the hospital bed, losing hope. I'm building this community for runners, for people who are fighting illnesses, those who need resilience. And that's why I love running. Because when I run a marathon, I just don't see a race. I see thousands of people choosing and honoring life. I truly believe I deserve this opportunity because I can represent why marathons matter to humanity. I know health is fragile because I have 2 life goals in my adult running career. One, to be the first Ostomate to run all 7 majors. Under 3 hours. Also, nobody knows about this one, but make the world record for the fastest person with a stomach bag running a marathon. Life gave me a new opportunity and I want to make the most out of it. Wait, so you have autoimmune conditions, so you're going to do this with no colon? That's the reason why I want to do it. So please, World Abbott Majors, help me make this dream come true. I promise you that being able to move is already worth celebrating because this dream is bigger than running.
Now, across all of the applications, I was looking for 3 things. A story. Something that is beyond yourself. Now, the people with his condition, his situation, watch him, they can't help but be inspired. The second thing was, you know what? He's really cool. His content creation, the way he's done his edits, the way, we can't ignore that bit.
Yeah.
It's actually really, really well done.
Yeah.
The other thing is there is history here. You know, giving this opportunity to someone who is going to shape history for people that may have his experiences, you can't help but support that. Now, the reason why I wanted to put him through, I saw some people with good creativity in their creations, but not maybe so much with the story, you know, so I feel very multifaceted and it ticked my boxes.
I definitely think this is a strong contender for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm playing too.
It's a machine. 128 marathons, 128 days.
I can't fathom that. No, I mean, that is another strong contender. And I think when you go to his profile, you see that he shares those 128 marathons. And I think we've also talked about just the support that he got during that time. But I think what I love about his message is I think that grief is something that many of us at some point or another can relate to.
Absolutely.
And I think that message at the end saying that this race is ours rather than his race, rather than his brother's, he's still saying this is our race. And I think he's got, you know, a really good purpose, really good message.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we were saying as well before when cameras went rolling, we also talked about just the fun side of stuff. A lot of our applicants have got big stories. But to me, giving this to someone who's done all of this kind of stuff, because I remember one time, you know those run streaks that people do? Yeah, I tried to run 5K. I stopped at day 9, right? 128 in 128 days. I just feel like it's a nice, well done to say, hey, bro, have this opportunity too. Let's see what you can do with it. Not to ignore the big story, not to ignore the deep reasons behind it. But this is somebody you honestly just want to cheer on and say, you know what? I love what you do. Have this opportunity to do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's see your last one.
I thought I'm having 3. No, fine.
Hi, I'm Tia, and this is my brother Rio, and we race as an inclusive duo. I push, Rio motivates, and we finish together. Rio is a person with disabilities, and we do inclusive racing, and that's our way of racing around the world. Together, we've completed hundreds of races, not to chase records, but to make inclusion visible. In 2026, the UAE's Year of Family, our dream and goal is to complete the 7 Abbott World Marathon Majors together, not as a headline, but as a lived example of what inclusion is done and looks like when it's done respectfully and with heart. Rio has accomplished over 600 races, and together we hold 2 Guinness World Records. But this journey isn't about records. This world tour wouldn't be a race for us. It'd be a message carried across continents. And
now, Liz, as it runs, I love this bit because it sets the tone, the background of where they're coming from. But then it changes to the bit you're about to see here. Now, this bit moved me.
Yeah.
Because you can't fake this bit.
No. I do feel like that's got to be, you know, an incredible opportunity for siblings to share in together. Kind of just like sharing that opportunity of a lifetime to go to all of these cities and countries that they might have never been to before.
Absolutely. And me, I'm a whiz when it comes to this editing stuff, yeah? But you can't edit, you can't fake, you can't put any visual effects on you running with your sibling at this young age up until today.
Yeah.
This is as real as it gets. It's as authentic as it gets. And getting to see them at a young age experiencing this stuff together.
It just makes you wonder, like, you know, what will this look like long term? And just like, is this going to be something that she and her brother carry on, like, you know, into 20s, 30s, 40s and beyond?
And I like to think what you're seeing here is just a cherry on their big everyday life cake.
Yeah.
That this is what they deal with every single day.
Yeah.
You know? So when they get to race, that's maybe one day a week or a month. I'd like to think that they have this bond, they have this reality on their everyday life. You know? That this girl is going to have her brother's back regardless.
Yeah.
He's going to have his sister's back regardless. Maybe it's just me over-romanticizing the idea, but this is the experience and the vibe I got from watching the application and her talking through it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the bit as well when they're running like in races and you see how much it lights up the people around them, maybe even people also doing the race with disabilities. And it just shows the sense of community that I think she doesn't even realize that she might be creating through doing all of these races with her brother.
these are the type of people that you just want to wish well, you know, and you love to see good people have good things happen to them. This part got me. Make sure you edit this bit, the kiss bit. Make sure you edit and put that in there, please. We need to get the producers to wait.
Those are 4 very strong contenders. And I think it was, you know, it helps to kind of see that again, get a refresher, and really compare them against each other. Because now, I'm sorry, Aubrey, we're going to need to cut them down again.
No. Okay. So we've got 4 and we need to save 3.
Yes. So should we get out the pros and cons list?
This is it. I don't know if you can, you know, I don't know, because honestly, on any given day, you choose one of those to give this amazing prize to, you'll have done a good job.
Yeah.
You know, and so I want to make that clear, you know. You could literally roll a dice and whatever number comes, I don't think we'll have gone wrong. With that said, though, let's get on with it.
Yeah. I think that when you're looking at all of these 4 stories, you know, put together and you're comparing them, I think that there is something to be said about when you're actually thinking and visualizing who could each of these people do the 7 marathons? Definitely. But who's going to tell the story best? Who's going to do it well? And who's going to, like you said, have that level of excitement for the entirety of the 2 years?
Yeah. No, you're right. So let's do it. Save 3.
By the way, we've not actually decided this, so you're watching this live in real time. Which is probably why we're pausing.
I think, so I'll give you my reasoning. I think we have an overlap between, in terms of creativity and storytelling, the craftsmanship that SD shows, and the storytelling, the editing format of, is it Pat who is the PT working with? There's an overlap there.
I do agree.
In terms of the output, the look and the feel of what they're doing. When I look at the stories of these 2 people, I love Pat's story, but I do like, and please feel free to argue with me. The personal transformational story, the experience, the major surgery, overcoming that, choosing to either give up, which some people will do, or lacing up and finding yourself. And he opens his video and says, I thought running changed my life. And it already did. But now this. Yeah. You know? And to me, I don't want us touching Tia and Rio. Yeah. Because no.
Aubrey's not ready for that today.
No. But of the 2, I'd love to have your thoughts. That's my view. Not just to save one on my list, but that would be my probably stance on it.
I can definitely see that, and I definitely agree. And I think that it's almost like trying to think about, would it be better to have someone to tell the stories, or is it going to be better to have someone who can tell the story themselves through not only what they've gone through and the incredible transformational story that they have, but also when you look at just how that story has already impacted people in their community and how that community can be brought into the 7 majors. Right. I think I would actually agree and probably say that, I'm sorry, Pat, I might be Team SD.
Team SD. Hashtag Team SD. So are we agreed on our top 3?
I think we are.
That we've got Leo.
Yes.
We'll call him 128 man.
Yeah.
All right. We then have Tia and Rio. And Team SD.
Team SD. There you have it. We've got our 3.
I tell you what, that was tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like people might think that we've had this all, you know, some of this is scripted, but that part was that was very real. And I think it's also worth saying, and I think we've probably said it a million times at this point. But all of these stories are incredibly transformational for not only the people who are viewing this, who have probably maybe even searched through the hashtags and tags, but it's also just inspiring for both of us as runners and runners ourselves who, well, Aubrey's about to complete the World Majors, but I think it, like we talked about this in the last video, it just makes you completely rethink about like your own running and your running journey. And you think about how different it is compared to these people, but how you still share in this one wonderful thing, which is running.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the story here is a big one. One person running all of the majors, having your travel accommodation fully covered. We've gone from over 500 applicants, narrowed them down to 10, then took that to 4, and we're now left with 3. The next step in this process, Liz and I are going to interview the 3 that we have chosen. So please do stick around and make sure you watch the next part as we continue with this giveaway.
And to the 3 that we've chosen today, you will be reached out to by someone from Abbott World Marathon Majors. So keep an eye on your inbox and we will be in touch very soon. But again, a huge privilege to be able to be guest judges for this. And I know that you said that it's hard, and it definitely is hard, but I hope that, you know, through these videos and people can hopefully see just how hard it is. And when you're looking at all of these stories that you might not have seen before, maybe people can kind of empathize with that. But otherwise, I feel like this is quite a hard job because, you know, the next step is going to be, eventually it's going to come down to 1,
Absolutely.
Which is going to be incredibly
Absolutely.
hard.
I just want to say a big thank you for the opportunity, and also it's been amazing working with you. So
Yeah.
let's carry it on.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next one.